Well, g'day everybody and welcome to Oxygen. I did a stream of this as a first look the other night or day I think it was. And we played it for quite a few, I think three and a half hours or 4 hours nearly. This is my colony here. I thought I'd do some more recording of it, so you can check out my live stream archives or my live stream playlist on the channel if you want to watch the lead up to the point that we're at now. At the moment, we've just had a submarine arrive and it has dropped off 3 people. We don't have the staffing available or the housing available. We've got 3 people who are actually homeless at the moment. I've got another house sitting here at Priority 2 to be built. But at the moment, we've got a challenge here to build a signal tower and stuff. Now, this is a timed challenge, so I'm just going to leave those guys homeless for a little bit until we finish building this signal tower. At the moment, we have all of the materials delivered. Our construction is at 7,400 of 11,000, so we've got people building there. The 3 new people that came in have joined the builder. I had a lone builder here. So we've got 4 people working on the construction there. We've got windy days coming in at the moment in another 2 days time. So 2 days before the wind comes, we have 3 days of wind, which is a big thing. Now when the wind comes, this is our oxygen generator right here. And this has to run all the time to keep everybody to keep everybody alive. And it provides oxygen for the houses, so people can come back to the houses and recharge their suits with oxygen, because they require, you can see this guy's oxygen tank is about half full. So when he goes into these homes, he can refill. Now, the other thing is I've got 2 research stations working at the moment because I'm trying to build up 600 research points for to build myself a water power generator, which we are nearly at, which I think is probably my priority at the moment because we're getting a lot of windy days. Now, what happens on windy days is that everything uses twice as much power. So your power consumption actually doubles. Now, I'm working really hard on each of these, or a lot of these buildings, like these ones here. You can see that we've got an oxygen generator up here. We can turn the oxygen generator on for these buildings, and that means that when the workers are in those buildings, they can just breathe the oxygen in the building and they don't have to use oxygen for their suit and don't have to come back to their houses to refill, which is okay most of the time. During the windy periods, then you need to have all of these oxygen generators on, or otherwise people start getting sick because the wind brings in toxic gases and stuff like that. So I've got 3 people out here collecting canned fish, which is no worries. You can send people to collect resources and stuff and assign people. At the moment, we've got a population of 31, but 3 of those are children. So they don't really count at the moment. They consume food, but they can't work. So we've got to be careful of that. The other thing is what I like to do, and I learnt this, I wouldn't say the hard way, I had a really stressful time the first time the wind came, was to make sure that we've got enough power. So what happens is when it's not windy, I turn off all of the generators. As you can see there, I turn off all of the generators. So no oxygen generators are working anywhere other than our main one, which means that it puts us in a positive energy production. So we can store, I think, up to 3,000 energy, which is in batteries, which is really, really good. Later on, we can actually build our own batteries. But what that does is basically allows us a little bit of a, because as soon as these winds come and everything doubles in power usage, and we've got to turn on all of the generators to produce oxygen in all of these buildings so people don't get sick, then we drain this energy reserve considerably. So it's worth always trying to preempt the wind coming and set yourself up in a good position for that. which is really good. We just got out of 2 days of drought. 2 days of drought dries up the rivers and the lakes as well. So we've got some lakes over here. And basically what that does is it prevents you from collecting water or catching fish. And at the moment, fish and canned food are really our only means of food. So we need to sort of keep that going. So you also need to consider that when drought's coming, that you've got enough water reserve and you've got enough food reserve to feed everybody over the period of the drought, whether it be a day or 3 or 4 days or whatever. Which is, so that's pretty cool. There we go. Okay, so we've done that. We've built the signal tower now. That was one of our tasks there. We've been rewarded 80 bricks, 60 canned fish, 70 water, and we've got 16 confidence points, which is really, really good. That keeps people happy. I always leave the event log open down here so that I can see. It does give you an audible alarm to say that there's an event has happened, but I tend to kind of get so involved in what I'm doing that there we go. That's the noise right there, that I miss these things, that I miss the notifications. So I try and leave that open all the time. They've built that cafe there, which is going to be good. It's got visitors there. This house here is going to be built now. You can see they've delivered 20 metal, so that's good. Tower requires 1 person or 5 people to operate at maximum efficiency. We'll just throw 1 person in there, and what that'll do is it'll send signals out to everybody and basically attract more people into the settlement. So, and one thing that you got to be so careful of here is that people management. People management is huge. Like I started off with on normal difficulty with only 16 people, and you've got to try and manage all of your food production and all of your water production and all of your scavenging, because you need to scavenge for materials and everything. You can see we're running out of metal planks and we're running out of metal now. So I'm going to have to throw some people on there in a minute. We've got 3 builders working away at the moment, but we're not going to build anything for a little bit once this house is done. So what we could probably do, I think, is probably throw some people in getting a little bit of metal and maybe some metal plate, I think. Let's go for some metal at the moment for starters. What I also do is when these winds come is I take people off scavenging, because all of the people who, what have we got scavenging there? We've got canned fish being scavenged. I'm going to take people off of that now as well, and I'm going to throw another person on metal, and we're going to throw a couple of people on metal planks. So that should leave us with 1 builder, which it does. So because anybody who's going out scavenging, they're scavenging during these wind, they actually get sick, and you need to send them to the infirmary, and they're in the infirmary until they recover. So that can be a little bit of an issue. So your best bet is to bring all those people back and stop them from scavenging, stopping anybody from scavenging. Now you can do that through here. We've got 3 people working on resource gathering at the moment. I thought we had more. We've got 2 people there, and we've got 3 people there. So yeah, okay. I don't know why that's probably because these are people working in ruins. Okay, we've got 7 people working in ruins at the moment by the looks of it. I just don't know where. The whole 7 people are. We've got people producing coal. We have, I might actually throw another couple of people on this. So I might take 2 people off of that and throw 2 more people on there, because we have another task here that we need to produce 100 coal. Produce or collect 100 coal. Now this is a coal mine, so I might throw a couple of people in there. I need to make sure that builder's going, and that builder is doing well. Okay, so he's finished building that house. Everybody is housed. I might get, what are we looking at resource wise? Probably gear, I reckon, is probably one of the big things. We can scavenge some gear out there. I'm going to throw that builder on there because we don't need a builder anymore. So there's a lot of people management in it, and it's really, really important, I think, to make sure that you manage your people really, really well in this. This is what I've learned. So yeah, once these windy days arrive, I'll take everybody off scavenging, and I will start throwing them in these buildings that we have here as well. So sending a signal out, and that signal is going to discover new locations and stuff, and hopefully attract some more people. Every certain amount of time, a submarine arrives at the submarine dock and brings in new settlers. That can range from, let's see, I've only had 3 settlers come in or 4 settlers come in at the moment on each submarine. So you've got to make sure that you're in the appropriate position to be able to house those and feed those people as well. These gas extractors are producing energy. The big thing for me is to unlock this here, which is the water turbine, which converts the water's kinetic energy into electricity. But it doesn't work in frost and drought. So I want to unlock that. I was working towards unlocking that. I felt that it was more important at this point in time than we've already done the cafe, but more important than unlocking the faster fish production and water purifying production. It just made more sense to me to have that as more of a priority. So let's see. So what we want to do now that we've unlocked that, which is probably going to be quite a relief for me, to be honest, is we'll throw a road in there and around there and there as well. They will eventually build that road, and then we are going to go into, what would it be in food and water? No, energy. It'd be in energy. I'm going to throw a wind turbine in here, and that's going to help us produce so much more electricity. It'd be nice to have that up and running. The amount of resources that we need is 100 metal plank, 120 gear, and 90 plastic. We've got 88 plastic, so we're close. We're miles away on the metal planks, and we're miles away on the gear. So we've got people collecting metal over here, but we're going to have to actually put them on plastic and metal planks, I think. So what we might do is take them off of there, put 2 people on plastic. We've got nobody over there, so we'll throw 1 person on there collecting that, and this person's collecting gear. So that's the 3 resources that we're going to need for that. So we'll keep everybody working on that stuff until the wind comes. We've generated, definitely, I reckon we've generated enough. The longest wind period I've had so far is 2 days. So this is 3 days. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how we go energy-wise. The last time when we had 2 days of, I had just over 1,000 energy produced in storage. So, and we survived it quite well. This one's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but we'll see how it goes. Now, I have a tree down here. As soon as this tree, I planted this tree. Now you can only plant a certain amount of trees, but as soon as this tree hits 80% vitality, it'll produce a dome of oxygen, and any buildings that are in that dome won't require oxygen generation. So meaning you can see that the generator is off. But if that tree is producing oxygen here, it won't require that generator to be turned on, which again is going to save us in power resources. So that's pretty good. We've got a tree over here. I did have this tree at 100% at one point. It only generates a very small dome. I stopped looking after that tree because it wasn't really benefiting me at the time. And I planted it here. I planted a tree here and put a person in charge, because you need one person working on the tree all the time to get the vitality up. You also need to realize that or understand that the trees actually use water as well, which can be a tough resource to get hold of sometimes. I haven't unlocked any rain collectors yet, but I'm working towards doing that, because I think a rain collector is going to help us a lot with our water. These water areas here, they're basically water purifiers, so they're drawing water from the river here and purifying it, which is really the only thing that's given us water at the moment, to be honest. So basically what will happen, as soon as these windy days come, I'll pull everybody off of resource gathering. Once I've pulled everybody off of resource gathering, look, we've got somebody doing metal planks and plastic there. I'm going to pull 2 people off that. I'm going to go into there, and I'm going to put an extra person on there and an extra person on there. That's actually a lot closer, so I don't know why I wasn't doing that at the moment. And that does coal as well. We are at 75 on our coal. We've got 0.8 days left to get another 25 coal. Hopefully we achieve that, because having these extra resources is really good. But if you take on a task, you've got to be really careful and really think about what that task is going to involve. It doesn't say, like for example, this task here, prepare for the winds. All that comes up is new task, prepare for the winds, and you can accept or decline that task. If you accept it, you've got to fulfill the task. Gives you confidence points, but if you fail the task, it takes away confidence points as well. So you've got to really consider, okay, what's going to be involved in that particular task, and am I going to be able to achieve it? It doesn't say prepare for the winds, and underneath that, produce or gather coal, 100 coal. It just says prepare for the winds. So you don't know what the actual task involves. So you've got to kind of consider it. And I think that's something that you learn as you go over the game, basically, as you continue to play the game. You kind of go, okay, well, that's probably going to need this resource, and it's going to need that resource. Now, this here uses coal. New crackers oozing as well. 2 days, so we've got 2 days before that explodes and becomes that. I'm going to go and throw another gas extractor on there, and I'm going to have to get a builder down there to get that beforehand. I have managed to actually kill a builder before. Let's see, what have we got the most of out of plastic? 88. So I'm going to take somebody off plastic, and I'm going to have them do building. Yep, that's what I'm going to do, and hopefully they'll get down here and they'll build this really, really quickly. Now we want this as an absolute priority. So what happens is once that gets around to there, that yellow gets around to there, this explodes. So I've actually killed off a builder once by having him working there, and this exploded while he was working on it. So my suggestion is keep your eye on it. If it gets close to exploding, get in here and cancel your production or pause your production, because otherwise you'll lose that builder, and then that builder will walk away. Once they explode, they become these little gas crevices here, and once that gas crevice goes around to here, then it completely disappears and dissolves. So, and that at the moment is our only way of producing power. Now, I only have 2 of those running. One's going for 8 days. One's got 8 days left. I've got 2. One's got 9.2 days left. So they can only gather a certain amount of energy before they become defunct, which is why I wanted to get into making this water turbine. We've got the lake right there. We might as well use it and utilize it. This tree here is at 79%. You'll see that as soon as that gets to 80%, it'll give a dome of oxygen, and I'm hoping that that dome of oxygen and the tree is in just in the right place to be able to create enough oxygen for those buildings. Whether it is, I may have positioned it wrong, I don't know, but we'll have to see. So I've been really enjoying this. I've enjoyed playing it slow, sometimes speeding it up and all that type of stuff. I tend to, with these city builders and post-apocalyptic city builders, tend to run at normal speed a fair bit of the time, and every now and again go up to a faster speed to get things done. I like to kind of be on top of everything, if you know what I mean, like and be prepared for everything before I start going a bullet a gate. So we've got 95 coal. Looks like we're going to be able to complete this task, which is going to be good. That's going to give us 10 fish, 15 metal and 10 plastic, which is going to be absolutely brilliant. Now, this is not an easy game. I'm playing on normal difficulty. There is an easy difficulty. It's not an easy game in the sense of you really have to, I think the biggest part of playing this game is the people management, I think. You've got to move people around all the time, depending on your particular priorities at the time. So at the moment, we're definitely producing enough water. We're kind of not producing enough food, but we've got plenty of food, hopefully, to get through these days anyway. And they will still produce food and water through the windy days. They'll just consume more power doing it. So, yeah, I tend to move people around depending on priorities, because the one thing that you really lack on this is population. It's not like one of the other games, other city builders where you do get a constant flow of population and stuff like that. And the tasks that you've got to manage in it are, are population dependent, obviously. So that said, we've got a new task, but it didn't show up. So I'm hoping that these guys, come on, get producing. We're at 76%. I'm hoping that these guys will. As soon as we've produced that 100 coal, I'm going to take 3 people off of that and get them back onto gathering resources, so that after the winds we can get that happening. There we go, successful. Okay, so we've been rewarded with that, which is really, really good. Let's take 3 people off of there, and let's throw another person on there, another person on there, and hang on a minute, we're doing too much metal plank. Let's throw another person on there and another person on there. We've got 3 people left, so we can probably collect some more plastic. And we probably need to collect some more metal as well. That's metal planks. I'm going to send them over there to collect some metal. Alright, so we've got 2 people over there doing that. Alright, lovely. Again, there we go. The tree dome is there. So basically that dome just represents the amount of oxygen. Now I'm hoping that I don't think it's gonna do those buildings. I really don't. I do apologize about my puppy sitting over there at the window in the sunlight. Abandoned building item is exhausted. So the plastic is exhausted from there. Which means we're going to have to go over here, and we're going to have to start getting plastic from over here. That leaves us with, there we go. Alright, lovely. We've got 0.2 days before the wind comes, and we're going to have to pull everybody off of everything. We now need 85 more metal planks. So we're going to need 50 more of those. 120 gear still. So we're going to need a lot of that. And 90 plastic. At the moment we're sitting at 113 plastic. So we're looking at gears and metal planks. So what I might do, I might take everybody off plastic. I've got 3 people there. Might throw 2 people on there, and I think I've got 2 people on there. Yeah, I do. Metal planks, I've got 2 people on. So I might take 1 person off of that, and I'll send a couple of people over to do that. That leaves us with everybody doing something, and we should be gathering stuff for that as well. All right, we're getting pretty close to the wind coming in, so that's going to be interesting. Again, I don't know whether that's enough to class this building as, or these 2 buildings as having oxygen. I just don't know. Still producing positive there, producing negative on food. How many people do we have in each of those? We've got. So what I might do, I might take 1 person off of water and add a person to that fishing dock there. Now, I think when this gets to 100%, I'm not sure whether that dome area actually expands or not, but we will be figuring that out. All right, so our wind has arrived. We've got 3 days of wind. First thing that we're going to need to do is turn on the generators. Maybe that one we can turn off because it may not need it because of that oxygen dome. We're going to remove all of our workforce from there. We're going to remove all of these guys from here. Those guys from there. We'll fill this up now by adding another 4 people onto that. Got no workers there, and we're going to remove 2 workers from there. We're going to throw 1 worker in. We're going to open that up, and we're going to throw 1 worker in there. Got 3 spare people that we can throw into this water generator. There we go, and there we go. That's getting stuff from the tree dome. That one's not. Okay, so that one there is getting it, but the other one's not. That really needed to be built right in the middle of them, didn't it? All right, let's continue on. So now I've removed everybody from doing any scavenging, which is going to prevent them from getting sick, basically. And you can see now that we've run into a massive deficit on energy. We need to monitor that and see how we go. Surprisingly enough, the oxygen...
The early bird catches the worm.
The early bird does catch the worm. Their oxygen tank... There we go. His is nearly empty anyway. So that'll fill up when he goes into his housing and stuff. But their oxygen tanks don't prevent them from getting sick from the toxic gases, which makes it relatively difficult. I am going to have to risk somebody coming out there. I am going to have to risk maybe 2 people coming out there and building that, because see, we need 25 plastic for that because we really want to get that generator done. I don't know whether we're going to get it done in time, but the problem is these people are probably going to end up being sick, but we'll see how we go. We'll have to see how we go. That now has... It's gear and metal plank that are going to be the issue there. So we're going to leave that there. And plastic, because I think they've just taken the plastic. I'm going to pause that construction for now. Got 2.8 days for the wind to subside. I'm hoping that these guys will be able to get this done pretty quickly. What do they put in there? They've put 25 plastic. Or are they going back for oxygen?
I'm just a constructor.
No, they shouldn't be going back for oxygen. They should be building it. Okay, come on, guys. Come on, come and build it. Come and build it. Unless they're going back for food and stuff. There we go. Here comes somebody now. And then as soon as they've built this, hopefully they're not sick and we can get them back in one of the buildings. You can see that it's building up there. Once it gets to 1300, it will be built. So they're going to make it in time, which is good. That's going to help us out a lot. One of those guys just nicked off again. So it's slowed down our production. Come on. Get it done. Get it done. Okay. Hopefully they don't get sick. Hopefully they don't get sick. We'll keep our eye on the event logs here because we'll know when somebody gets sick. Okay, nearly done. Nearly done. Here comes another dude. Speed it up a little bit. Get your stuff done. No, he nicked off again. There we go. He became sick. All right. Okay. Hopefully this guy gets this done. Oh, bugger. Damn it. Okay. We just missed out. So we've got 3 people sick now due to toxic gases. It's got low energy. We're going to have to start turning energy off because we're... Oh, bugger. Gonna have to turn all of the generators off. This is where it becomes really really nasty. Really nasty. Let's... I'm going to turn the oxygen off in the cafe. I'm going to turn the oxygen off in the research buildings. I might actually even take everybody out of the research buildings for now. No, actually, I'll leave 3 people in there. I'm going to take 3 people out of there. I'm going to turn the oxygen off in the fishing dock. I'm going to take 3 people out of there and turn oxygen off in there as well. Yeah, I think we're going to be in strife this time. Way in strife. I don't know how we used up so much energy. I'm hoping now that we've got 8 builders that we'll have a few guys come down here. I was speeding up to get this built, and due to that, I wasn't really monitoring everything that was going on. So you can see that some people are coming out here to build this. And then as soon as they're done, then we're going to make sure that no other building is happening. Probably throw people back in here, I reckon. And you can see that we've got 3 colonists in here of 5. So we'll probably put some more workers into that. That is done. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to throw another 2 workers into there. We're going to throw 3 workers into there. And then the other 3 will just hang out, I think. So we can throw another one into there. In the water purifier. And we've got 4 people there. I think we're going to be in strife. We're definitely going down, and there's no way. We're not even through the first... Well, we're just about through the first day here. Got to turn the oxygen off to that, because that's using 16 power. Take the workforce out of that at the moment. Oof. Definitely a bit of a problem. Definitely a bit of a problem. What have we got here? Somebody died of old age at the fishing dock, which means that we need to replace that person. I have had people die. I have had people die from I've had people die from the toxic poisoning as well. See, that's using 6 energy. This over here is drawing 28 energy, I think. So we 22 coming from automatic generators. What automatic generators are working? That, which is doing 6. There's another 2. We can take that off. That's using the tree. Oh, look, they're both using the tree now. Okay, well, we can throw some people in there too. That's because of the. I think that's because the vitality has gone up. Okay, cool. So we've got both of those using the tree. That is awesome. If I was smart, I would have probably put the tree in here and then put another one in here to keep that stuff working. Energy consumption has dropped down from like 1245. Okay, people are recovering now, which is really, really good. We've got these production buildings full up. Now, let's have a look at what we've got here. We've got metal processing, which extracts metal from deep deposits. At the moment, I don't think we have one. But we are going to have to get that up and running. Would like to get a plant house happening. Would be awesome. Not really concerned about these shelters. And solar panels would be fantastic as well. But I think generates more energy during sunny days and drought, but no energy during nights. So that'll be really good. As you can see, I've unlocked the gas extractor and the water turbine there. The plant house would be fantastic. Also, unlocking better fish and water production would be fantastic. That enables 20% faster production from the water purifiers. So that would be fantastic. We're going to have to look into a tailor at some point because they are running out of protective suits. Canning station for canning fish. I don't know whether that's viable at this particular point in time. I don't know. And the metal processor we could unlock now if we wanted to. And that'll extract metal from the ground, which might actually be a good thing because we could actually stop people from having to go and scavenge metal at this point in time. But I don't know whether we have a metal. We've got a stone deposit there. Got a stone deposit there. Plastic, metal deposit we have there. Might unlock that, I think. Metal processing. And that'll allow us to build a metal processor here, which is good, but we're going to pause that because I don't want people coming out. We've managed to avoid people getting sick so far, but we're only into day 2. Energy is not looking good. It's not looking good at the moment. I'm guessing that people are going to start getting sick in here because we're not providing them with oxygen, and I'm guessing people are going to get sick up here. But at the moment we've got 3 people to replace, so as replacements, while the other ones are in getting sick. Yeah. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take those people off of there and I'm going to turn the energy off. I'm going to pause the building. Yeah, I'll pause the building so that we're not using any energy there, and that should drop that down a bit as well. So we're producing 99, we're consuming 173. The one thing that I would like to see is some sort of consistency in these statistics here. I think from what I can work out, it changes based on real time and that particular moment in the game of demand for these. I would rather see something like our energy demand is this with all the buildings that we've got, and we're producing this much energy rather than this up and down all the time. I'd like to see that with the food as well. All right.
I feel sick.
So we've got somebody that's sick there. We're going to have to replace him. So we're going to throw him over there. We're going to come and unpause this building here, and we're going to throw 3 people in there to look after that sick guy. Yeah, so these change so much, if you know what I mean. Like, consumption is 0. It should be based on the amount of population. You've got this much population, they're going to need this much water per day. This is how much water they need per day for that many people. This is how much you're producing. And I would rather see it set up that way rather than this continually changing, because sometimes you can go up here and it'll say 1 consumption for our daily status. The next minute you can go there and it says 43 consumption. Do you understand what I mean? So it's kind of, it makes it really, really hard to manage resources. How many people we got? We got 1 person left. So everybody in that building's getting sick. There we go. There's more sick people. And I'm guessing that we got other sick people.
I'm in love with art.
I'm in love with art. So we've got 4 sick people there. In here we've got 5 people. We are pretty well full up. And we've got another sick person. So we're going to have to start turning oxygen on in these buildings as well. Or we're going to have to, you know what we might do? I think we might just shut them off. I think we might just shut these buildings down. What was that? Another person? Yeah, everybody from these buildings is becoming sick as well. What are these people doing? I'm going to take people off of... I don't know why people are building... I don't want people to build roads. But I can't stop them. You see, this is the other thing. You need to be able to stop people from doing stuff like that, because they're all out there getting sick. So what's the, you know, like they're out building these bloody roads. I don't want those roads being built. I just want everybody inside. And you can't make them, you can't bring them inside. So, you know, they're out there building roads and they're just all going to get sick. They're going to get more and more sick, and then they're going to cark it, which to me is not a good thing. And if they don't get to a medical center quickly, then it's going to be a bit of a problem. Still got oxygen being used over there. I'm going to shut down coal production, and I'm going to close that off as well, because we are getting relatively desperate, although we've got about 1.5 days left of wind. So we're kind of halfway through, but we've used up probably nearly 1,700 energy. See, and so you can see the consumption now is 367, but we've got everything turned off. We've got everything turned off. So where is that 370 odd energy going, when previously it wasn't that much? Medical post is full. Somebody has recovered. So you know, keep everybody inside. Hit a button and have everybody come inside. Say, yep, everybody in, everybody in. See, we're using 2 on each of these, 2 energy on each of these homes as well.
Actions speak louder than words.
They sound like Muppets, don't they? Okay, we've had 2 more people come out of here. More people come out of here. More people. But we're having other people come in as well now. So we're getting a constant flow of people coming in to be healed. We've got enough food. I'm going to stop people from doing that. I'm going to make sure that there's no other building tasks. I think in the future I'm going to have to make sure that there's no roads that need building or anything like that. Or otherwise they're just all going to do that. So you can pretty well see I've got almost everything shut down now.
I'm just a constructor.
Look, they're all standing around out in the. See, this is. Don't stand out there, please. Don't stand out there. They're all just standing out there in the. Yeah. We're going to have to do something with social life. We're also going to have to do something with. You can see we've only got 47 uniforms left. They're these uniforms with their oxygen tanks on them. So we're going to have to be pretty careful on that, because at some point in time, how are they going in there? Because at some point in time, we're going to need to get ourselves a we're going to have to get ourselves the tailor. Where was the tailor? There, I think. Which is 250, because we're going to have to start producing. We're going to have to start producing our own suits and stuff. Now, I'm not sure at this point in time, because I haven't got that far ahead. I'm not sure at this point in time whether once this is up at 100% and we get a signal out, and it says that it unlocks other areas or discovers other areas. I'm not sure whether we're going to be able to have some sort of trade happening. But at the moment, it's probably a little bit hard to have any type of trade operating. So we've got 238 energy left, and we've got 1.1 days of wind left. So I think we're going to just make it. Probably should have shut stuff down a little bit earlier, like research buildings and stuff, just to save ourselves. How much so that's going to add 52 to our power consumption, but funnily enough, if that'll have 52, but that won't go up to 280. That'll go up to like 1255. So don't know how they get their figures there. So total energy 220. Sustainable energy storage capacity is 3000. Total energy generation from gas extractors is 12. That's all we're getting at the moment. Automatic generators, the container houses are using 16 and the medical post is using 6. Oxygen generators are all off at the moment, so they're producing nothing at the moment. We've got oxygen generators in all of these places. So we were nowhere near having enough oxygen for that entire time, so makes it very difficult, guys. It makes it very difficult, but that's one of the challenges that I've actually grown to like in this game. You know, the game is all about oxygen, but the power and the people management is phenomenal. And it's not like these happen very rarely. They happen a lot. And you can see here we've got frost days coming as well. Now, frost days, I think, affect... I'm not sure exactly what it affects. It does affect some stuff. What have we got happening there? Medical post is full. Yep. Okay. So we've got our last person in there now. So our last 5 people who got sick are in there now. So that should be good. And they'll be out probably just in time for... There we go. There's one that has recovered. So we're down to 4 people in here. They should be out reasonably quickly. Reasonably quickly. We've got 0.9 days left of this wind, and that event is over. So they do definitely throw a lot of events in your way, which can really hinder your progress and slow your progress down. But now we're going to need metal gears and metal planks, I think, and some more plastic are going to be a pretty big thing as soon as this thing's over. As soon as this disaster is over, we're going to need plenty of that, I think. So, but that's okay. That's okay. We can handle that. He hasn't even started healing yet. Somebody else has returned to work. We've got another 2 people that are going to be able to return to work as well. There's another one. And Loya should be, yep, there we go. All right, so, oh crap, what was that? I didn't see what that other notification was. Somebody else has got sick? Yep. Okay, well, they need to go to the first aid bay. Yep, that's it. Off you go, buddy. Off you go. The people just standing around here, like, you would think that they would go and find shelter. We're using up 2 oxygen on each of these houses. Why aren't they going into those houses and just staying in there and not standing around here? I don't know whether that's affecting them or not. Got 0.7 days left. Got 148 energy left. Let's see how we go, shall we? Let's see how we go. I don't know. We're cutting it fine. Our energy's up to 120 or down to 120. Oh, we've got more oxygen. We've got more oxygen being, more energy popped in. Oof. Oh, yep, up to 100. Cool. You can see that the numbers going up and down and up and down and up and down. Be nice to be able to close this down, but we kind of can't at the moment. So 0.5 days. Okay, somebody else is. So we've got one more person in here that is sick. As soon as they go out, we can shut this down, and it might just be enough to reserve enough energy. Let's shut it down. Might be just enough to reserve enough energy to keep us going. Oh my gosh. We've got 6 days left on that generator, 13 days left on that. That's all we've got. That's all we've got at the moment. Oh, there's one there as well. 4.8 days there as well. Oof. Okay. I'm also assuming that this actually uses coal as well. The oxygen center generates oxygen by electrolysis of underground water. Uses coal or sustainable energy resources. It can store 3,000 of sustainable energy. Energy consumption of the oxygen becomes double during the winds. Therefore, the required energy should be stored before the winds. So that's really the thing, isn't it? Children and constructors wait in front of the oxygen center to breathe sufficient oxygen. When they're out, they use oxygen tanks. Okay, so standing out the front's perfectly fine. All right, so that's cool. So it does use coal as well. But the coal's not a resource that shows up in here. It's a resource that shows up in here. It says that we've got 12 hours of gas energy. We've got 7 left in our batteries, and we've got 61 in coal. So we probably need to send some people out here now to start producing some more coal. We've only got 0.3 days left, and hopefully if they produce some coal, we're getting very close. We are getting very, very close. No energy left. Oh, bugger. dismantle that. So that's reduced our energy creation as well. So it's now 9 an hour from gas. Nothing left in the battery. 54 coal. Hopefully these guys will produce relatively quickly. We are so close. Look, 0.3 days and we've got 58 energy left. They're probably going to get sick, those guys working in the coal thing, I reckon. 0.2 days. Let's see if it goes up. 42. Yeah, it went up as soon as they dropped some coal off. Oh, so close. So close. I think that was a good move. Dropping them in there to do the coal. Or otherwise we would have definitely run out. We're nearly at midnight. And done. Whew. Holy crap. Get people back in here to start producing stuff. These guys were all right the whole time. Throw somebody else in there. That was brilliant there. How are we doing on food? Phew. Okay, so we've got somebody in there. We need to get that working, and we need to assign a worker to help that Baylor person out before they die. We are lucky we didn't have anybody cark it. Let's get our research back up and running in both of those buildings. See, and we don't need to run oxygen now either at this point in time because I'm going to drop that down to 3. Because they can actually come back to these buildings and fill up. So I would rather them walk from here down to here to fill up than to turn the oxygen on and be using our resources. So we can unpause that building. We can unpause that building as well. And we kind of don't have anybody. We've got 3 builders out now. We don't have anybody scavenging resources. So what I might do, you see, that's using metal and stone, whereas this one here is using metal, plank, gear, and plastic. So they're using different ones. So that's fine. That's fine. I want to get that up and running as soon as we possibly can. So what I might do, I might actually put that on as a priority. Before we do this one, I might even pause that and have the 3 builders come up here and start doing that. We also have another submarine coming in half a day with 4 people, which means we're going to need to get another bloody house down as well. So I have to bring that through there, and I'm going to have to bring another container house in. There we go. And what that'll do is hopefully, see, what does that require? That requires metal. So I might actually, yeah, no, that'll be all right. We'll keep this as a priority. When these 4 people come in, that's going to help a lot actually. Let's just drop that priority down to there. Get this house done. Excuse me. And then if we get that house done, that'll be ready for those people. When those 4 people come in, we're going to throw them straight into getting us, what do we need? We need gear and metal planks. Gear, and we've got no metal planks at all. So definitely got enough plastic, so that should be okay. Yeah, well, there you go. Okay, so this has been about an hour that we've been playing this, guys. I'm probably going to do longer episodes of this because I would rather sit down for an hour and do a session on it than than 30 minutes. So hopefully an hour is not too long for you guys. But I think we did pretty well there. We were lucky. We just survived. But we've got a new task there as well. Let's focus on food production with a plant house. I'm going to decline that because a plant house is going to take us 330 research, and I don't think we're going to get that done in that and building it. It also requires 30 metal plank, 20 stone, 70 plastic to build. I don't think we're going to have the resources and the time to do that within 11 days. But there you go, guys. Got some people coming. We're getting stuff built. They're going to throw some stuff in here and build this house so that these people have houses when they get there. Hopefully they'll build that little road as well. I like the whole shanty kind of idea around it as well. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget I've got the $1 memberships now. So you can become a member of the channel and support the channel with a $1 membership, just to make it easier for those who can't afford any more than $1. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.